Audio check. Okay. Whew. Need to get started here. Got started a bit late because the audio was being silly again. OBS, such a pain in the derriere sometimes. Hello and welcome. I'm an agnostic noob, and this is Metaphor ReFantazio. Gonna try and pick up where we left off 2 weeks ago. Jeremiah. So, I've heard good things about Expedition 33. I might have to pick that up. I saw a single screenshot from Kingdom Hearts 4. I know that they also canceled a Kingdom Hearts mobile game, which, let's be honest, I don't think we needed more Kingdom Hearts mobile anything. They need to start consolidating onto one system. So no, I haven't seen the screenshots yet. I think I need to look those up. It has been very chaotic in my world as of late. So yesterday completed my second full week of being back in the office full time. It is a very jarring transition after having been teleworking for five consecutive years. To be back in the office on a full-time basis. It is not the worst thing ever. My drive-in is usually pretty leisurely, actually. Traffic's not too terrible. But the office is significantly brighter than my room here at home. And at the office, I don't have a bathroom 5 feet away from my desk like I do here, which is kind of sucky. Don't like having to walk, 3 minutes to get to the bathroom, especially at my age. So it's not the worst thing ever. It's not like packed full of people in there. We've got decently, spaced out cubicles. And my cubicle is actually located in a good spot. It's set up in a good way. And I can deal with it. So, but it is exhausting. Because my workday now is effectively 2 hours longer due to commuting. So it's a bit rough. But that's the way it goes. You do what your organization expects you to do, right? And my organization pays me very well. Well enough to afford my home, well enough to afford food, well enough to afford cool things, and still have some extra left over. So I roll with it. As long as I continue to have my job, that's what's most important to me. Now, I am experiencing tooth pain again, which sucks. It's not excruciating, but it is there. Saw the dentist. They did an x-ray. The abscess is behaving, so they think it's maybe just some nerve flare-up, and they told me to give it a week, and if it doesn't ease up or if it gets worse, to call the endodontist. It's been almost a week. It is not getting worse, but it is remaining static, so I'm probably going to call the endodontist on Monday and figure out what's going on there. So, turn-based our game. By the way, Jeremiah, I'm reading your messages here. I was just waxing philosophic for a minute there. So it's turn-based, so I like turn-based. I'm gonna have to check that out. Because that sounds like a good time. Once I finish Metaphor here, Metaphor is gonna be a long game. Just full disclosure, I'm 6 hours into the game, and I've really only barely gotten started, if we're being brutally honest here. So it should be interesting. Now, I am going to be streaming a little bit more next week because I am off work next week because my birthday. I do not work the week of my birthday. Sorry, that's not happening. I spent most of my life working on the day of my birthday or the week of my birthday, and I'm taking a week off, and I'm going to celebrate my 50th birthday and have a live stream that night. So more to come on that. I haven't decided what game I want to play that day. I've got a couple of ideas, but we'll see how they pan out. Metaphor so far is quite good. It's slow to start. It's a very slow to start game. There's an awful lot of exposition, a lot of story that needs to take place before you even start, doing anything. There's a ton of terminology, but they do a decent job of explaining that terminology in kind of like a log section, which is really good. They do a better job of it than Final Fantasy 13 did with the dialogue that they had in there, if I'm being honest. and keep in mind, there's a ton of terminology in this game. Music is really good. The voice acting is pretty darn good so far. The protagonist is not a 100% silent protagonist, which is a breath of fresh air. Character design is pretty good so far. The combat is really, really interesting. Very, very... how do I put this? It's not just, fight and win. Charlie Cox and Ben Starr. So there's the name Ben Starr makes me think of a guy who competed on MasterChef, but I don't know about Charlie Cox. I'm probably thinking of a different Ben Starr. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, are they? Oh, okay. So they got a decently experienced cast then for Expedition. Then they, that's pretty sweet. No, I learned something really, really weird and fascinating the other day. Speaking of voice actors, I'm sure, Jeremiah, you've probably seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, the animated series, not the movie that shall not be discussed, but Avatar: The Last Airbender. Apparently, one of the Earthbenders that Toph fought, kind of like early on in the series, one of the Earthbenders was voiced by professional wrestler Mick Foley. I had no idea he was the voice actor for that. And I would think that I would have recognized his voice because I'm a WWE fan, and Mick Foley was one of my favorites, especially in the early 2000s when he was extremely high up on the card, and I'm like. And then I listened to, of course, I looked for the scene they was in, and I listened to it, and I'm like, that is, in fact, Mick Foley. Oh my gosh, how did I not notice that? So, yeah, he did, but they did a really good job. So just one of those funny things that kind of blows your mind. You never know, some folks have voice acting credits that you would not expect. It's kind of fun. So, just a little fun trivia fact for you there. And I enjoyed Avatar: The Last Airbender. What was it? When I first got the COVID-19 vaccine back in was it late 2020 or early 2021, somewhere around there. Well, the first shot didn't do much to me, but the second shot kicked my butt, and I ended up having to take a couple of days off from that. But while I was sick, I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender start to finish, and I don't regret it. It was a good series. I enjoyed that a lot. So anyway, weird things that we learn. We should get into Avatar here, shall we? Or Avatar to Metaphor. Now I got Avatar in the brain. Oh my gosh. Oh, hang on. We gotta address this nonsense right now. One moment, please. Seriously with this? At least it's happening early in the stream. Oh boy. These spam bots. Alright. Bye-bye, Mr. Bot. You are banned. Good riddance. Freaking bots, man. Okay. So this game is a little slow to start, and the combat is very, very interesting in a lot of ways. Also, there's some freaky stuff happening when characters, initially obtain the special power. They rip their hearts out of their chest. The heart becomes a microphone, and then they use the microphone to speak their greatest desire, and then they become something. It's kind of gross. Now, this is actually baffling. But really shouldn't be surprised, though. I mean, Mick Foley is kind of multi-talented. I mean, he's a He's an accomplished novelist, Mick Foley is. So he's crazy. Yeah, I know the heart ripping thing. I don't get it. It's I don't know, so strange. But that's what happened. Is they ripped their hearts out of their chest. But then again, what do you expect from Atlas? Atlas does that. Okay, so something that makes my heart a little happy, and we can't really see it here properly. Let me see if I can get the character towards the camera. But look how the fairy just alights upon his shoulder. Those little touches kind of make my heart happy. I cannot remember where we're at in the story here. No. Don't need that.
What now?
Stellar Blade? It's a game I'd like to play at some point, but not going to be in the immediate future. My goal is to play Metaphor start to finish. I've got a couple other games that I started that I need to finish. I also have a copy of Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, and I really want to play that game. I also have Dragon Quest III HD, is it remaster or remake? I'm looking at it right now. It's an HD 2D remake of Dragon Quest III. I super duper need to play Dragon Quest III. Dragon Quest III I never played when it originally came out, and I always felt like I missed out. Yeah, it is kind of wild. There's a lot of stuff. The Lunar remake. I want to play that. I've considered this, getting the Suikoden collection. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. So I actually have DQ11. I started it and I need to finish it because it is actually quite good. But I got distracted by other things. I do have that one, and I did start it, and you're right, it is actually quite good. I would still put Dragon Quest V above it. Yeah, I figured it was just from what I was experiencing, as far as I've gotten into it so far. Dragon Quest V is still my favorite of the franchise, to be perfectly honest. But I mean, a good long quality RPG is really nice to have once in a while, I mean, so many games out there like these 20-hour, here you're done in less than a couple of days, and it's like, geez, I paid $70 for this, Getting a good game that has some meat on the bone makes you feel like you got your money's worth. Now, well, I'm probably staying away from Ghost of Tsushima. I've tried to do Soulsborne games before, and I just can't. I'm not built for that. I have enough trouble with La Milana, Alright. I forgot where we're at here. I think we're in the middle of a dungeon. Yeah, we need to go back to reality here. Thanks, Moore. Yeah, that character there is called Moore. I don't know why. Okay.
Still, though.
Oh, this tunnel's just crawling with monsters, isn't it? The Mogla is really dense, too. I never imagined it would be this dangerous. Gallica's the fairy. Oh, yeah. Well, sounds like this should be a good time. There's so much stuff coming out this year. It's crazy. Oh, indeed. It's nothing like what we were told. Grius, are you familiar with this place? I don't know of any concrete details. I can say that these monsters weren't here the last time I passed through. That's comforting.
Then...
So you're saying that these monsters are the result of this thick Mogla? Well, if there is a reason for it, I can only assume it's the workings of Mogla. We're going to be hearing the word Mogla a lot. With Devil May Cry combat and Final Fantasy graphics similar design to Final... Okay. That should be fun. Nothing wrong with a good old-fashioned, DMC clone. Especially if it's done well. Has a good aesthetic. There's no point in speculating. We must focus on fulfilling the mission. We'll keep moving once we've gotten some rest. Well, might as well do exactly that. Actually, what was... Okay. Don't need to look at that right now. Resume exploring.
Let's go.
Okay, let's go! Alright, now... We're good there. Okay. Now, by the way, this is the first proper dungeon. And it is not small. It is not small. Like this is like the starting room right here, and then I had to go through there, then through there, then through there, and now I'm here. It is not small, nor is it short. And we're just getting started in this game. How's it going, young peddler? What's going on here? There are monsters everywhere. And doesn't the air feel off? Yeah, the air always feels off. You're in a mine. How is it that you're here? Have you been following us? Well, I considered returning to Grand Trad. I reckon passing through here would be a shortcut, and it felt safe considering you lot took this way as well. Yeah, that's because we're killing everything. We're fighting all these monsters here. It's been easier for you. Seems very foolish in hindsight. There's something bad up ahead. Mark my words. I think I'll head back. That's probably a wise idea. But you're continuing on this way, I take it. If there's anything you need, I'll be here a bit before I set off. Okay, well, I don't really have much in the way of money right now, but let's see if there's anything I want to get. Let's see, we got plenty of herbs. Yeah, 10 medicine. That should be fine. Don't have enough for revival medicine. That's unfortunate. I should probably get more of this. It's gonna be something expensive. What else has he got? Not much that I can afford. Okay, so we can get a few of these. That should be fine. I've got sellables, but I don't want to burn through those just yet. So we'll hang on to that stuff. Okay. Much obliged. Safe journeys. Yeah, thank you. Seriously, get the heck out of here. This is a mine. This is dangerous. It was dumb for us to come through here. This just reeks of boss.
Wait a second.
Wait. Something feels really wrong further in. It might be what I was sensing. Unfortunately, we've got no choice but to press on, regardless of what lies ahead.
Got it.
I'm going to open it. Are you ready? Not yet. Hang on. Let me take a look at my condition here. Whoops. Shoot.
What now?
Hi, bae. You know what? Yeah. This music is really good. Okay, this absolutely reeks of boss fight. Alright, let's go. I can see the glow of a strange crystal and an even stranger monster in front of it. Oh, by the way, horrific monstrosities in this game have a very specific name. Are you ready for this? They're called humans. Thanks for that, Atlas.
What is that? I've never seen.
What is that? Yeah. Oh, by the way, we're probably having voice acting here, and this thing has glasses on. I'm like, okay.
It's a crystal of raw magma. This feels wrong somehow.
Do you think so? You think this feels wrong, maybe?
Now I remember. They say in the lands beyond mortal reach, great spires of crystal stand, and anyone who might touch them is driven mad.
So we might be screwed then.
That's all just superstition, though, right? Still, this thing is giving off a really nasty aura.
That's no ordinary monster. Some kind of human?
I wasn't kidding. They're called humans.
The way it's moving, it's almost like it's protecting the crystal.
Here it comes.
Here we go. All right. Oh my gosh.
Yeesh, they're pretty tough. Better be careful.
Okay, so this is a Homofolquillo? Folquillo. Homofolquillo. That's great. Alright. What shall we do here?
I shall fight as the noble.
I guess we'll just hit it. See what happens. 25 HP. That's not very good.
Vitus power.
I'm gonna try fire on it. See what that does.
Burn.
Swordplay comes
a little
as
bit.
easily to me as breathing.
Okay, melee attacks aren't really doing much. And he's targeting the front row. That would be...
Are you prepared?
Okay. Main character's on the back row, so I'm not super worried about that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try diagonal slash and see if that does anything.
Hack and slash.
That's a lot
Show
better.
you the essence of truth. Come forth, royal soul.
I'll try Blizz and see if that does more damage than fire.
You hit their weakness.
It did. Okay, ice is the weak point.
Easily to me as breathing. Warrior. The blade.
Now, what's the play?
The play is slice and dice. Oh my gosh!
On his feet. Stroll got knocked out. Can anyone get him back on his feet?
Thinking about it here, Gallica. Holy crow! I
will fight with pride.
Oh my gosh. That hit. Okay, I should have been defending there. That hit so frigging hard. Holy cow. Alright, I've only got one revival. I'm gonna have to use it.
Rias
Live
is
to see
taking
another
fire.
day.
He could use some healing.
Will not die in vain. I'll handle this.
The bot. Ow, ow. Look, I'm trying to heal up here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Stroll needs to heal as well.
Let's try this. I'll show you the essence of truth.
All right, now. Chris could use a heal up too, but we'll see what we can do here. I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with ice.
Ice.
You hit their weakness.
Blades ready, lads. I won't hold back. Slashing.
In the name of justice, I shall vanquish evil.
Dodge.
Ooh, that was lucky. I'll take that. I'll take it. I'll take it.
I won't hold back. Freeze.
The blade!
I got plenty of MP. We should be in good shape here for a minute.
Hack and slash. Let's take me. Nice.
Swordplay, come. Let's go. Slashing. Go on, finish the job.
Okay. We are going to defend on the front row. I'm going to use an herb on Grius.
That help. Blades ready, lads.
Is everyone okay? You gotta heal up.
Ouch.
You're all hurt bad. Can anyone get on healing duty?
Oh, by the way, Gallica never shuts up. She is constantly talking. So yeah, we're basically looking at a modern version of Navi in a lot of ways, except she has a much more robust vocabulary than Navi does. Let's see here. I'm gonna analyze this guy.
Let's stop him cold.
We don't have any idea how much HP he has. That health bar of his looks really low, but I don't know that I can finish him before he attacks again, so we're gonna take it. We're gonna play it safe.
Grius has
Let's
taken
take
some
hope.
bad hits. He could use some healing.
Come forth, royal soul.
Yeah, I'll heal Grius here in a second, but I gotta do some damage this turn, or else we're gonna have problems.
I've got this.
In the name of justice, are you prepared? I'll cut you down. They die hard. Oh, please.
Ow. Ow. Didn't appreciate that.
Ice.
You hit their weakness.
Warrior! The blade!
Hey, what was that, Grius?
Now, what's the play?
I agree with Gallica there. What the heck was that, Grius?
I shall vanquish evil.
You gotta hit him!
Tougher than I thought.
Stroll's badly wounded. Can anyone heal him? Stroll!
Wasn't
Someone get him
enough.
back on his feet.
I don't have any more revives, Gallica. We're just gonna have to go with it.
Soul.
Ugh. Dang it. If Grius had not missed that slice, wouldn't have lost Stroll a second time. Little unhappy about that. Oh, and Stroll didn't gain any XP either. That's great.
Strength?
We'll just have to deal with it.
What is this crystal?
That
By my guess,
was really rough.
monsters were drawn to its aura. We shouldn't leave something so sinister just lying around.
We got a match. We'll light it on fire. Or that works too.
More questions and answers, but there's no time to ponder them. We better move.
Does it seem a little bit stunning that all he had to do was just slice it once with a sword and the whole thing just disintegrated?
You can't be serious.
Magma crystals that cause madness with but a touch, so they truly exist. Apparently. Okay, Stroll's got 1 HP left. At least he's back on his feet. Hopefully there's not much more. Oh, you were joking me. Oh boy. Okay. Grius, what the heck are you doing over there, buddy? Playing it safe. I don't know if the monsters can attack Grius. Like when, like I think they would attack the main character, but just to be safe. I don't know why he's just standing there. Line of sight does matter in this game, by the way. So we want to try and sneak up on these guys if at all possible.
Come on!
Hanging in there? Not tired, are you?
You're joking, right, Gallica?
Everyone all right?
We're kind of wrecked right now, actually.
Really?
Hey, do you see that? What the heck are we looking at right now? Oh, geez. What is that? Just look at the size of it. Not something I'd hope to ever stumble upon. I'm afraid that's a dragon. This is a mine! This is the first friggin' dungeon! What the hell? Are you kidding me right now?
Huh?
A dragon? You mean those creatures from the legends? I've never seen one with my own eyes. Well, first time for everything, Gallica. First time for everything. Now I understand why the mine was closed. They must have dug right into this thing's roost and had no choice but to back off.
Look,
This mine taps a significant vein of resources. Only something as terrible as a dragon could have forced them to abandon such a lucrative operation. Fair.
but
Luck is on our side while we caught it slumbering like this. We can slip past it and continue forward. Almost a shame. It has all sorts of things in its little, well, big nest. I can sense something tinged with Mogla, too. Dragons are ancient, and strong Mogla flows in their wake. Just the way it goes. Any so-called special item you're sensing is bound to have its fill of it. Making it sound kind of appealing, but we're sure to end up in a fight if we try to take it. Don't make this decision lightly, Madapia.
got it.
On that note, let's push on. Quietly now, and I do mean that. We wake that thing up, we're in for the fight of our lives. We cannot fight that thing. But there are monsters around here too. If they see us and cause a ruckus, then we're done for. Keep your distance from them as we make our way through. Great.
Let's go.
Understood? Good, let's go. Sneaking mission.
Don't panic.
Watch out!
Well, I can barely control the camera right now. What you're seeing is basically the totality of movement I have right now with the camera. This music is good, though. I want to get that item that's over there. I just don't know if it's worth it. Not particularly fond of the perspective that I have right now. Be nice if I could get like centered on the main character. Getting that item is probably not safe, so we're not going to worry about it. Or should we? It is a beautiful game, by the way. This has really nice aesthetic to it. Part of me wants to get the item. Or at least get the map unlocked. So the treasure chest is right there. I'm presuming that I should be able to get to the back to here later. Dragons. An enigmatic and powerful creature reigning supreme at the top of the ecosystem, king of all monsters. They are known as dragons. With their overpowering strength, they could wipe out an entire fleet of military gauntlet runners as easily as breathing. Best not to get on their bad side. Let's not. I don't want to have a game over. I'm not convinced that I could get that treasure easily enough. Hopefully we can come back later. Whew, somehow we made it through. I was expecting the worst to happen, but thankfully we lived to see another day. We got lucky this time. Had that thing awoken, we'd been in a very different situation. If anyone truly intends to kill the beast, they need to have a gauntlet runner. The gauntlet runner would certainly make our return to Grand Trad much easier. May as well fish for the moon. Only the most prominent nobles have the means to secure a runner for themselves. Yes, nice, but can we move on? We're still done for if that dragon wakes up, so let's not overstay our welcome. Look, isn't that the exit? Hang on. I forget what a gauntlet runner does. Here we go, gauntlet runner. Okay, so to explain, gauntlet runner, often called runners as shorthand, a general term for magic-powered semi-automated vehicles designed for traversing the wastelands and either overcoming or circumventing local wildlife threats and magical phenomena. In other words, we need a tank. Alright. It is! We can finally get out of here! Looks like we can finally breathe easy, at least for a moment. Why do you have to say things like that? Because if it was really that simple, we'd already be over, across this bridge, and through that exit right there. So something tells me Mr. Dragon's gonna wake up and chase us or something. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Oh my gosh, so tropey. Oh no, could it be?
Look.
A dragon's roar? And you feel that shaking, right? Why are you standing there? It's getting stronger. What's going on here? What's going on is you should be running. You should be running right now. Why are you just standing there? Run! Run! Flee! Oh, geez.
No, stop.
It's a cave-in. If you value your lives, run! Yeah, we're not coming back here anytime soon. Oh my gosh. Out of the fire, trophy earned. We actually made it out.
And in one piece, no less.
Speak for yourself. I think that shaved a couple years off my life.
It's fine.
Damn storm. Can't afford too many delays, but We'll not be getting far in this torrent.
We need to camp, dude. That was brutal.
We can make camp tonight and slip onto a carriage to the capital tomorrow, once we're out of the wastes. We'll have to, if we want to make it in time.
Public carriage seems a bit risky, doesn't it?
Not with all the outsiders flocking in for the funeral. We'll be 3 faces among hundreds.
Faces?
Lovely. Another carriage ride. Hopefully this one's smoother than the last couple.
Yeah, we haven't had very good luck with carriage rides so far. Got robbed and tossed off a cliff on the first one, and the second one led us to a near-death trap.
Let's just get our camp set up. Somewhere dry, preferably.
Fine, you take the lead.
Ah, this is so cozy. I feel alive again.
It's certainly better than freezing. Reminds me of when I was a child. Back then, I wouldn't have been caught dead out in the wilderness like this. Countryside nobility like us had no fortune to speak of. My parents bowed and smiled for their money, and honestly, I despised them for it. Back then, I thought being a noble was about, I don't know, a life of prestige, being respected. But one spring 7 years ago, our town was attacked by this horrific creature. A human, though I'd no idea at the time. I was evacuated alongside the servants while the rest of the town burned. I waited for my parents to join us in the shelter, but they would never come. The parents I'd so despised had stayed behind to protect the villagers who couldn't flee.
That must have been hard.
Onomatopoeia is odd eyes. By the way, you do get to name the main character. I named him Onomatopoeia as a play on a literary term since, you know, the game's called Metaphor.
Still, it opened my eyes. It changed everything. It taught me who my parents really were, what it really meant to be a noble. But our town's just rubble now. A footnote in history. The human that destroyed us is all we'll ever be known for. I remember my father petitioning the capital for aid, but no reply came. Even knowing how much of a threat the humans were. Now, I think, what if the army? Well, Luis. What if he's the one who abandoned us? If we were just a pawn in his game, then...
Luis is the guy who's presumably going to take over the country. And also he kind of slightly sort of murdered the king.
Then I will make him pay.
Which means he's probably the big bad of big bads, at least for right now in the game. Which means we're probably going to confront him and get our derrieres handed to us.
Andreas, we all trust each other now, don't we? I think we can tell him.
Are you guys still hiding things? What is up with the secrets?
Maybe you're right. I'll admit the lad's sword put me in mind of the past.
Something special about that sword?
Well, we used it to identify the messenger from our faction. But it originally belonged to His Highness. A kingly gift from his father.
Okay.
To better suit His Highness and his keen aptitude for magic, that blade was specially forged, with raw magla folded into the metal. Of course, when swordplay bored him, he'd amuse himself by levitating it or standing atop it to glide about. A royal rascal, that one.
Imagine using a sword as an aerial surfboard.
Those days were all too short. Then, 12 years ago, it all came crashing down.
I've heard. The prince was attacked, right?
It was a plot on his life. One I wish I'd rooted out sooner. Just like tonight, it was pouring rain. Your Highness, this way! Who let these blackguards into the palace? Huh?
My lord, are you hurt?
Back!
A royal knight. A wench and nothing more.
You knave! You know nothing of true knighthood. I pledged my life to the prince, and I'll not lose it to you! Highness!
Don't falter! Give chase!
Stop! They dare harm him!
Ah. You could have at least taken the guy alive, found out what he cast on the prince. Oh, never mind. He was still alive somehow after that. How the heck did he survive that slash?
I failed him again.
Highness! Highness! What is this? His Highness survived the attack, but the curse hanging over him was powerful and complex. Of all the mage healers in the capital, not one could wake him, and he grew weaker with each passing day. We might lift the curse if we knew the specifics of its formula, but Luis would never give that up. Which leaves but one way. To dispel the curse, its caster must die.
And you're sure Luis is the man you seek?
I saw him in the fray. He was younger then. Younger even than you are now, and shorter besides. I could never mistake him. And now, after spilling the royal blood of father and son both, the people call him not traitor, but savior.
That's because they don't know that he did it. Maybe expose him? Did we ever think about that?
For the king, and for the very future of this country, he must be dealt with. To kill Luis is to see justice served.
I see. So as he did with the prince, he would make of my city a stepping stone to further heights. A tool to spread the infamy of the humans.
It's probably a little bit more complicated than that, but sure.
You haven't told that story to many, have you? Thank you for trusting me with it.
Well, most of the country actually thinks the prince is dead, which is not too far from the
Never
truth.
forgets a debt. Even if it takes 3 generations, we'd see it repaid. But neither do we forget a grudge, and Luis will know that soon enough.
So, that's what all this is about. Say, friend, this mission means a lot to you too, doesn't it?
Main character and the prince were good friends.
Yes, of course it does. You've been carrying a greater weight than I realized. In any case, I owe you my life. And we've both got something we'd fight to protect. Let's save this country. Together.
And we're going to need to level up a bit more if we're going to do that.
Ideally, once we're out of this cold, of course.
Yeah, that would be good too. That would be good too.
I think it's about time we eat. We're almost to the capital, after all. I'd say that's worth celebrating.
I'm beat.
Okay.
You're kidding.
I can't believe not just you, but Stroll and Grius have awakened to that power. I've heard that mysterious voice again when it happened. I wonder what it was. Phew, I'm exhausted. That Mogla was unusually dense, and now it's already dark. I hope I can see a beautiful clear sky tomorrow.
Time for bed.
We still have a long way to go to Grand Trad. You should get some sleep for tomorrow. Well, first we're going to wander around here and make sure that there aren't any goodies. I'm just wandering around to look for goodies, okay? Calm down, Gallica. Oh, oops. Sometime after the assault, together with a small entourage, we decided to take His Highness out in secret to an appropriate hiding place. He was attacked in the royal palace, the place where he was supposed to be safest. We knew not when he'd be attacked again if we stayed in Grand Trad. Fair. Naturally, His Highness was considered missing and eventually his death was deemed official. From that time on, our organization was formed to restore His Highness to power. I'm sure there are those who resent us for vanishing from the palace without word. After all, even the royal guards who protected His Highness were kept in the dark. If they had known, they would have had no choice but to stop us. Even if they had accompanied us or let us go, they would have been guilty of treason. A terrible fate for young knights who have so much ahead of them. Fair enough. I thought to join the army and work my way up the ranks the traditional way. Never thought things would turn out like this. Yeah, it never works out the way you think it's going to. I didn't expect to run into humans and dragons, nor to be bestowed with an extraordinary power. Oh, you mean the part where you ripped your own heart out of your chest and turned it into a microphone? That?
Well,
was this the path I was always headed for? Or is this all thanks to you? Well, I'm not complaining either way. Once we pull off the assassination and the prince returns to power, I think our country will be on a better path. I'll get my revenge on Luis, no matter what it takes.
nonetheless.
Though I must admit, all this camping is taking its toll on me. A delicious meal would be nice once we're in Grand Trad. Well, we'll work on that. Okay, well, there's no goodies to get around here, and Gallica is pretty dead set against us exploring around, so we're just going to go ahead and call it a night. Actually, hang on. Before we do that, we're going to save the game. It's just wise to do it. Save complete. Okay, now we'll sleep. And we're back here in Moore's chamber, Academia. Huh? I'm pretty sure I fell asleep.
Pretty sure I fell asleep.
Oh. I never know when the voice acting is going to take over.
Well, then it's just as I thought. While you're asleep, our connection is much stronger. You wield your power with ever more confidence. Splendid. As I mentioned previously, the archetype grows and develops anew through encounters with others. Look for those bearing the nobility and presence of the heroes and kings of old. More virtuous than the weight of any crown or medal is the burden you place on your own path forward. The more comrades and supporters who stand beside you, the more your power will deepen as you soar to new heights.
Okay.
One day, if the people join hands and seize the freedom to decide their own future with their own power just as you do, that is my ideal world.
Hold on. What do you mean, supporters? We're trying to keep out of the public eye here.
I mentioned before, did I not? There is no hero without allies. Only a single voice in opposition. In other words, even archetypes have their own strengths and weaknesses. they'll be of little use if used thoughtlessly. Life and death are seconds apart on the battlefield. Be attentive, mindful, and strategic. Only then can you emerge victorious. When you feel unsure how to proceed, I recommend you stop, assess your surroundings, and think. The smallest observation is often our greatest inspiration. Well, it's almost dawn. I will be watching with great anticipation. Until we meet again.
Sounds good.
The royal funeral draws ever closer. 4 days remain. Good.
Alrighty then, let's hit the road. The king's funeral is coming up, is it not? We should hurry back to Grand Trab.
This place here.
Here's where we are now.
Hold on.
We came from there.
Let's see.
We've been there.
This place
Our
here.
destination is here. Grand Trad, capital of the Kingdom of Uchronia. Citizens of every class and social status reside here, but their spheres of life are clearly divided by numerous districts. We'll need to catch a carriage soon if we want to make it to the royal capital.
Let's go.
We can wait no longer. Are you ready?
Great.
Yes.
Let's
Right.
do that.
Let's get moving then.
Escaping the dragon's threat in the Nord mines, the party shakes their pursuers amidst the discovery of great powers. To make up for lost time, they risk hiring a coach to seek with them the rest of the way to the capital.
No more bandits,
The royal
please.
funeral draws ever closer. 2 days remain.
Dang, it took 2 days? Sheesh. That was a slow carriage.
Finally.
We're still on the carriage.
Right. Looks like we should make it in time for the funeral after all.
Last time we rode in a public carriage, it was hit by bandits. A pack of Louise zealots, too, if I remember. Talk about a nasty surprise.
Yeah, it was a nasty surprise. And we got launched off a cliff.
You've come a ways since then. Any bandits who set on us now are in for a nasty surprise.
That's a fair statement.
Reminds me of the road to the fort. Sitting there in the cart. Never could have imagined you and I would be the only survivors. Strange. How fast life can change.
Are you holding up?
You okay? Unfortunately, I'd not had time to put any names to faces. Don't even know the name of the Roussant fellow we talked down.
The last couple days have certainly been eventful. Almost feels like everything we thought we knew about the world was wrong.
Well, plenty of people live their lives without taking a single step outside their city. But we haven't the luxury of ignorance, I suppose.
Yeah, no kidding.
We're almost to the capital. Quiet now, and stay sharp.
So are we seriously going to attempt to assassinate this dude? I mean... This girl looks familiar.
Welcome back, and thank you for making the trip.
After so long, I am only surprised anyone remained here who yet remembered me.
Surely you jest, milady.
Pay me no mind. I heard of the king's death. The skyline is full of unfamiliar figures. 'Tis a testament to how long I've been away.
It's the guard that's changed the most. It's just chaos and politics there, arguing over matters of succession. Feels like we've lost sight of who we're even protecting. Not to mention talk of monsters at the border. We've nowhere near enough soldiers to deal with them on top of everything else.
So this might be a strange observation, but she's got some really like she's wearing some serious heels there, and I hope she doesn't go into combat with them because that just doesn't seem practical.
After tomorrow, the city will calm. Once the formality of the funeral is past, a new king will be crowned. After which, I suppose there'll be no further need of a search party. Not many even remember we were searching in the first place.
The royal funeral draws ever closer. One day remains.
A little heavy with story right now. But we got some important stuff happening.
The party hailed a horse-drawn coach and returns now to Grand Trad, capital of Uchronia, the day before the royal funeral.
No good, no
Gaze
bandits.
upon the city, flags of mourning fluttering in the wind. The magnitude of their mission exacts its toll on the heart.
And we're back in the city. Hey, we're back in the city. Finally.
The fog's rolling in. Rain's the last thing we need.
Can this funeral withstand more misfortune? I've heard they don't have enough soldiers to keep the peace.
Yeah, that's because a whole bunch of new recruits got slaughtered. For no good reason, but, you know, that's whatever.
Oh, it'll be fine. All the aristocrats are bringing their own personal guards. I imagine boredom's the worst we need to worry about.
Let's not draw attention to ourselves.
If you're not looking to not draw attention, you might consider changing your outfits to be less conspicuous, especially main character.
There's a hostelry tucked at the back of Sunshade Row, the Hushed Honeybee Inn. We'll talk details once we're there.
Sounds good. Hushed Honeybee Inn.
Here we go.
Grievous went ahead. Let's hurry after him.
That's terribly unfair. That's terribly unfair.
Hi. This journey was a rough one. I came across a horde of Goborns and thought I was going to die. I suppose it is reckless to be in this line of work with just a plain old horse-drawn carriage. If only I had a gauntlet runner. Wait, what's the point of complaining to an Elda? I must be more exhausted than I thought. So, main character is an Elda, who are exceedingly rare and looked down upon heavily, apparently. There are birds. The birds have flown away. Good. Good riddance. Hello. Oh, could it be? You are an Elda, correct? My, I've never seen one of your kind before. I assume you're not from these parts. Tell me, do you hail from outside the city? Yes. I see. I must admit I'm quite jealous of you, Elda. Traveling outside the city is the most dangerous venture. Unless you have a gauntlet runner, that is. We're going to keep hearing about this until we get one, I think. Well, if this is your first time here, I must warn you to stay on your guard. This city's denizens can be somewhat unwelcoming towards people of your tribe. Yeah, I already found that out. But thanks. I do appreciate your concern.
Just pathetic.
Elda, how pitiful. Who said that?
Just pathetic.
Was it you? Huh? Was it you? Go on, talk trash. I'm right here. I'm right here, lady. Talk trash to me. I dare you. Was it you?
Come off it.
No! An Elda again! Ugh! And it's the same one that was skulking about earlier, too. You dare show yourself here just as the royal funeral is taking place? Oh, this is a bad omen. Hurry up and get out of here. Your kind will only make the Mogla stronger. Wow, this lady's one to talk. It's not like she can actually tell how much Mogla's in the air. Ugh, an Elda. Yeah, there's a pretty heavy bit of racism going on. What happened to this guy? What'd you do?
Hey!
What's this then? You come to pick this one over too? Hate to tell you, but he's got nothing worth taking. What happened to him? Is he alright? What, never seen someone hit by this before? Just look at him. Of course he's not alright. I think somebody moves him along during the day. But come night, he's always around these parts, moaning like a ghoul. Waste of sympathy to look out for these types. Not exactly a rare sight in town. That's not comforting. Sounds like some sort of disease or something. Okay, well, we don't need to go in the tavern. Let's go ahead and stay on mission here.
Just pathetic.
Shut up. Alright. Heading to Sunshade Row.
Look, I don't give a toss who's king. I just want some coin.
So this is Sunshade Row. Seems a fine place to disappear from prying eyes.
Got it.
But where's the inn? You suppose we should ask around? Can I get directions? You guys look trustworthy. What about you?
Do you need something?
The Hush Honeybee Inn? Only bad sorts of folks in there, you know. Well, go at your own risk. I won't stop you. You know the narrow alley behind the right side of the gallows? Go down that and there'll be some stairs. It's at the end of the way. Thanks. Yep, there's a gallows there.
Damn.
That accursed landlord. Told him my mother comes tomorrow and he still springs all this work on me.
Hey.
Hey, you, fancy a riddle? Where is one sure to find the kind-hearted in this country? No idea. Right up on those gallows there. Yes, the people hanging there are good, virtuous people. A true villain never faces judgments, no matter their crimes.
Well...
By the way, you're not from the capital, are you? What brings you to this cesspool of a city? And in.
Yeah.
Ah, the honeybee. What business might one have there? That guy has a picture, so it's likely he's important in some way. When will the next execution be? Oh, I can't wait. Why? Scary. The last Nydia was a sight to behold. It's not often you get to see such pathetic cowering. Okay, you are a very sick individual. You are very, very sick. And I don't want anything to do with you. Thank you. Moving right along. Holy moly. I don't see any other NPCs I can directly speak with, so... Oh, there's one. Don't look at me, damn Elda. Suit yourself.
The crowd on this street looks pretty rough.
Yeah, they do.
Watch out for pickpockets. You can bet they'll all see you as an easy mark.
Great. Can't go up that way. There's a rat there.
What is it?
Isn't that...
Compared to that big boulevard we came from, this street is pretty dreary. But the Hush Honeybee Inn should be nearby. You look trustworthy. How's it going?
Hi, you there?
What are you doing here? This ain't a place for a guy of your stature. My stature? Dude, I'm literally a criminal. Hold on, Enelda? I see, so that's why. What do you mean? Take a look around, mate. The people who gather here have a little something in common. Enelda like you, Paripas like us. I won't pry, but it's safe to say, we've all been through the ringer, we have. Yeah, fair. Marius! We heard all the soldiers at the fort got annihilated, but not you, I see, you stubborn old bastard. About that. Don't you worry. Nearly all Sunset Rose in your debt. None of us here will go running our mouths now. That's good. So I'm guessing this is the end? Why, yes it is. Let's head on in. This is the Honeybee Inn.
Got it.
Finally, a place to get a proper rest. Something good's cooking too, I can smell it. Let's hurry inside. Yeah, Stroll, it might be Rat. I'm just saying. This doesn't look like exactly a posh area of town.
Papa, welcome home.
Ah. Is this the Mrs. and Minnie Grius? She's very adorable.
Well, hello, my Maria. I trust you've been staying out of trouble.
I like her little wings. Do you see that?
These are, well, new recruits. Just enlisted.
That's actually true.
So young. It's good to meet you. I'm Fabienne. This inn is my business and my home.
Manners, Maria.
Welcome.
Hey, I'm wasting away over here. Where's my order?
Maria, could you handle that?
Yes, right away.
And off she goes.
You're back sooner than I thought. Something happened.
Where do we start?
Something bad. Barely any survivors.
I see.
I didn't know Grius had a daughter.
I know I've already asked so much of you, but would you mind looking after Maria a little while longer?
Of course. It wouldn't be the Honeybee without her. Now, as for the rest of you, after braving the frontiers with this curmudgeon, I'm sure you would welcome a warm supper.
Yes, yes we would actually. That would be lovely.
Once we're done, we'll head upstairs.
Okay, so she's not his missus or anything like that, but that's clearly his daughter.
Oh, spicy. I can't feel my tongue.
And yet you're shoveling it into your mouth like it's going out of style.
Oh, pipe down and eat, boy.
Maria's just kind of sitting there smiling. Standing there smiling.
That was delicious, especially the meat. I wasn't expecting it to have such a kick, but it grows on you fast.
Red grass roasted beedou. Bird meat. One of our hometown specialities.
Nothing wrong with good poultry.
She's risked a lot to shelter me and to help the resistance. I owe her more than I can say.
And have you put a ring on it? Like literally. Seems like maybe there might be something there.
You said we were short-handed, but are we really the only ones?
Apparently. We're screwed.
We've plenty of independent agents fighting in their own ways, but it seems none could avail themselves to us.
So we three plus a fairy are going to assassinate the guy who assassinated the king. We're screwed. We're screwed.
Which means we're the only ones who can do this.
We're screwed.
Still killing Luis. That's not going to be an easy feat.
Grius, do you have a plan? Fill us in.
Yes, please.
Midway through the funeral, in broad daylight. That's insane.
It's risky, to be sure, but we'll never find a better chance at confronting the man directly. Don't worry. I'll be the only one getting close to him.
That seems remarkably stupid. Because if it's in the middle of the funeral, in broad daylight, this guy's going to have guards. There's going to be guards. There are going to be a ton of guards. We're screwed.
I'll need you to draw Luis's attention from a different location. All I need is an opening.
Okay.
And don't rely on your fancy powers for this, alright? It'll attract too much attention. Killing a man and slaying a beast are two very different things. This is all I need.
You're joking. You and that kitchen knife against an archmage. Isn't there anything we can do to help?
We could not die.
No, you just get in the way.
Yeah, we were really in the way on the way here. Weren't we? Yeah. You know, oh, whatever.
Besides, this kitchen knife can slit his throat like the swine he is. A fast kill, if not a clean one.
Fair.
It's nothing I've not done before. Give me my opening, and the man's dead.
All right. Not much of a choice, I suppose.
One last thing. Keep Maria company a while, would you? The girl gets lonely on her own.
Why don't you go keep her company?
Who's going to tuck her in?
You've got to prepare tonight. Too much still needs doing. And best that it's done as far from her as possible.
I guess I can understand that.
And there's his fatherly side, I suppose. Sorry, but I'm going to bed early. I need a full night's rest if I don't want to be a liability.
Well, we've all been short on time to ourselves. But I'd feel bad leaving Maria all alone. Shall we go check in on her, at least?
Yeah, I guess we can do that. Let's go check on Maria, give her some head pats, tell her a bedtime story. Stroll, you loser. After nothing but the hard ground of campsites, I'm looking forward to sleeping tonight. You can handle Grace's daughter, can't you? Yeah, sure, let me do all the work here. That's fine. Take a look at the view from the window. I can faintly hear the hustle and bustle of the city from beyond the closed shutters. Out in the hallway. Have I really been at this for an hour and a half? Oh my gosh. This game sucks you in. It really does. Like, I have not been paying attention to the time at all. The door is locked, but no one seems to be inside. Probably keeps people from stealing when the room is not occupied. Oh good, I can actually manipulate the camera. That's a good thing.
Hey!
Grace isn't around to do it, so let's go talk to Maria. I bet she's pretty lonely now after all. You know, let's talk to Fabian.
Enjoy your stay.
Grace and I go some ways back. Please, make yourselves at home. Why aren't you married? Grace needs to take some responsibility. Hi, Maria.
Did you need something?
I really like her little wings, though. Let's play a game.
I was thinking we could play a game.
Play a game? But it's already nighttime.
That's the best time to play games. Trust me.
Oh, I just remembered. Papa said you have a strange book, and that I should ask to see it.
You like books, huh?
Well, I haven't ever seen one before, so I was wondering what they're like.
Wanna read it together?
Read it together?
Really? Oh, but I still have work to do.
Don't worry, Maria. I can handle this crowd. You have fun reading upstairs.
Really?
Yes. You did a very good job today.
Let's read then. There's so many pictures. Are all books like this? Miss Fabienne taught me how to read a little. She said it helps with keeping the inn running.
She's very smart. Do you help every day?
Do you help out every day?
Mm-hmm. It's lots and lots of work, but it's fun too. Plus, I like when people say I'm clever, so I've got to work really, really hard. Papa always says not to go into his room, so I wait for him a lot. I'm good at waiting.
Hmm.
You're a strong girl, Maria.
I know Papa's always busy with work, but I'm happy when he comes home. Thank you. It was fun talking to you.
Let's do it again sometime.
Let's do this again sometime.
Really? You don't mind talking to me? Then it's a promise. You're helping
Pinky promise.
with his job, aren't you? So, be safe.
Pinky promises are serious business. You make a pinky promise, you don't break it.
I've heard his job can be really dangerous.
You heard correctly. She must be feeling anxious herself, but she's still concerned from the bottom of her heart about our safety. I feel comforted by Maria's kind-hearted nature.
The pure-hearted maiden, Maria. Within her dwells the virtue of the healer.
Is she going to be a party member?
Nurture thy bond with her, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
Or maybe it'll just give us another archetype. That will be fine. Rank 1, Maria. New ability, Healer Archetype. The party can now study the hero. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I am 100% okay with that. I can sense the heroic embodiment of the healer for Maria. You can now study the healer in academia. Try seeing what new powers await you. Hopefully the power to revive people when they're dead.
It'd be sad if he had to leave right away.
Yeah, he kind of has to. I'm not going to say that I'll ask him to stay because there's no way that's happening. That would be a lie.
I'm sure.
Okay. I think I'll try to read a little bit more. And then I'll go find Miss Fabian and go to bed.
Sounds good.
Alright. I'll try to read this part now. In this country, the something king hears the voices of the city and protects their way of life.
Can I guess the Enlightened King and Voices of the Citizens?
What's this say?
Society's purpose is to protect its citizens. This is a basic principle of this utopia. All are equal, all live in safety, and the rich and poor are as one. With no gaps, no conflict. All are friends, deserving of help. Basically, it's a place where there's no fighting, and everyone always gets along.
Wow. Where is this place?
Not on this world.
No one gets left alone there, right? I wish I could go. Can I read a little more?
We're probably not going to bed anytime soon.
That's fine. Indulge the young girl and let her be.
As dawn breaks, so begins the procession to the Grand Cathedral.
The King's casket has left the castle. The procession will take the main streets to its destination, the Grand Cathedral.
Okay.
I'll have you blend in with the guards posted there. On my mark, you'll create a distraction. Draw Luis's attention.
What kind of distraction?
What, with the soldiers? But our uniforms are...
I had Fabienne patch them up.
In the state they were in? That must have taken all night. Let me see.
Thanks for keeping Maria company yesterday. I'd appreciate if it wasn't the last time.
We'll handle it.
Don't worry. I'll handle it.
I appreciate it. The girl just has trouble making friends is all.
Yeah, well, she's working in a tavern. That makes it a little hard. She should be out playing and, going to school and
We'll
stuff.
split up as soon as we leave.
But she's working in a
At
tavern.
the Grand Cathedral, we'll pose as guards to cause a commotion. I leave the rest to you.
I'll see to everything here. Don't worry.
Papa.
I'll be back tonight. Be a good girl while I'm gone, eh?
We can read a little more from my book, all right?
Really?
Once we're back, let's all have dinner together.
Yes, please.
Be careful.
See you soon.
Once it's over, we'll regroup back here at night. I'm counting on you.
So that's the Grand Cathedral there. An enormous cathedral built in the royal capital around the time Sanctism was established as a state religion, the largest structure in the entire kingdom. It boasts a scale far surpassing any other Sanctus construction. This is where the king's body is headed, apparently. The land on which it was built was the former cemetery for the Ukrainian royal family. The highest point of the building soars past the palace by a large margin. Many feel the comparative grandeur of the cathedral implies the authority of Sanctism exceeds that of the royal family, which has nettled more than a few older citizens. The Rogue Tribe, a tribe whose members have longer lifespans, some living more than twice as long as the average other tribes. They age at the same pace until adolescence, spending the remainder of their lives in middle and old age. Perhaps as a result, the Rogue Tribe conjures images of the elderly in many minds. In a seniority-based society, rogues often hold high positions due to their longevity. They place great value in eventually passing down their knowledge and purpose, so much so that they're known to remember favors as well as hold grudges for 3 generations. Though many rogue have unique markings on their face, they're not born with them. They're a form of traditional makeup. Good to know. Maria. Maria Alsis, Grius' daughter, part rogue, part Ishkia. Interesting. She lives in the Hushed Honeybee Inn in Grand Trad, where Fabienne takes care of her. A cheerful and lovable girl, she helps out the inn at night, but is often discriminated against for being half-blood, resulting in a lack of friends her own age. Oh, poor Maria. Fabienne Vulpes, proprietress of the Hushed Honeybee Inn, a tavern and inn located in the back streets of Grand Trad, a beautiful Peripas woman of good character. She has a common law marriage with Grius and thinks of his child Maria as her own. Okay, so they are technically married then. Interesting. Culture. Hushed Honeybee. A tavern and inn located in the back streets of Grand Trad, managed by a Peripas, pronouncing these words is hard sometimes, named Fabienne, that acts as Grius' secret base of operations. The first floor is known to be an unofficial meeting place for minority tribes to gather and exchange information. Fabienne is generally aware of Grius' covert operations and occasionally even lends her cooperation. At the tavern, Fabienne prepares delectable dishes from her hometown, and her food is highly popular. Redgrass Roasted Bidot. A culinary specialty from the hometown of Fabienne, hostess of the Hushed Honeybee Inn. Roasted with zesty spices and redgrass herbs, this aromatic poultry dish is supposedly so addictive, one bite will make you crave it for life. Many customers frequent the Honeybee to indulge in this meal alone. Excuse me. A hidden gem of Sunshade Row. Okay, so wait a minute. So, hang on. So Maria is half Ishkia. But we don't have any lore on Ishkia yet. Do we? No. No, we don't. We don't have any lore on Ishkia yet. Maybe that's where she gets the wings from.
We'll do our best. Right then. Let's get ourselves ready, then head for the Grand Cathedral.
Sounds good. How long do we have? Are we on a timer? Press R1 to open the local map. Icons show where each facility is located. Major facilities include the weapon shop, the armor shop, general store, and magic shop.
Let's go.
We got to head down Sanlemio Street, then turn right when we get to the square in front of the gallows. There should be some shops selling weapons and or armor on our way. Let's stop by. If you can't find them, your map should help.
That reminds me.
Of course the funeral will be packed with the country's aristocrats. It's for the king.
Where to?
Is that more? I don't know why, but I can sense Moore's presence over there. Does that mean this place is peaceful enough that you can connect to Academia? Come to think of it, I did find a new power. I should go to Academia when I can.
Now, where was I?
I feel Moore's presence.
Well, well.
I sense the presence of a new archetype. Might I see them, if you have a mind to show me? I do have a mind to show you, but first we're going to pet the kitty cat.
That's a good kitty.
He seems to be in a good mood. Kitty cat. Alright, more. Ah, thank you for coming. You seem to be walking your own path, as I expected you would. Splendid.
Well then.
I realize this is sudden, but there's something I want to ask of you regarding the power you were all gifted with. About archetypes. I have a task I'd like you to undertake.
What?
What do you mean by task?
Alright.
To stand fearless in the face of change. That may not only alter your form, but reveal the heroic qualities you embody. That indeed is the truth of archetypes. The heroes of our kingdom's history all show glimpses of such power, though not to the extent you have. Yet now their tales are largely forgotten, fables in obscurity.
That means...
A hero standing alone is no hero at all, but a simple dissenter. Without the support of others, their ideals are soon buried beneath history's weight, and their lives go unnoticed. At some point where we're going to talk about task, the same holds true for archetypes. An archetype will only reach their ultimate power once you obtain and unite many heroic embodiments. If you can achieve this, my dreams shall too be fulfilled. In this way, I'm sure we can take the first step toward the ideal world I described in my novel.
Because you see...
Researching this power is vital for me as well. For our first task, I'd like you to cultivate the heroic embodiment of the healer. I'm certain the task will be fruitful. Excuse me, opportunity for you to hone what draws others to you. That is to say, your outwardly royal virtue. Okay.
This one's important.
Moore's task, forward and prologue. To nurture the strength I'll need to challenge Lewis the Archmage, I should raise the healer archetype to rank 10? No deadline, but good grief. Alright.
Please.
You need but complete your task and speak to me. That act alone will grant me boundless understanding. Leave it to me.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming so quickly to your decision.
Yes, that's right.
A confrontation with your nemesis is inevitable, is it not? For all your plans and devices, one day you will have to face and fight Count Lewis. Presumably that will be today.
But for that...
To that end, you must seek to awaken new and stronger archetypes and research the way their powers complement each other. You're making it very clear that we're not going to succeed in assassinating him today. Chance encounters often spur a hero to grow, and indeed change the very world around them. As we share a fantasy of ideals, surely I too will share in this growth.
This research.
And when that happens, my memories may gradually return. The king's seal upon them may fade. Such as where this place is, and why the king can find me here. Through research, you gain more power, and I regain my memories, and ultimately we reach the utopia I dream of. A mutually beneficial agreement, no? So I've got a minor issue here. The whole reason we're looking to assassinate Lewis is so that the curse upon the prince will lift, because killing the caster would presumably end the casting that he placed. But if that's true, why did the king's death not free Moore and restore his memories? Some food for thought. Already your efforts have done much for my research. Now, there's more I can do to assist you.
How delightful.
If an archetype has learned a skill, I can make it inheritable by other archetypes. Okay. I can show you whenever you'd like. In this way, your encounters with others will become a source of even greater strength.
Regards.
Let us face these hardships together. I have high hopes for your future endeavors. And you're long-winded.
Welcome.
Okay, unlocking skills in Academia. Skill inheritance is now available. You can now spend Mage to unlock previously learned skills and give them to other archetypes. Okay. You can individually set the skills each archetype inherits. Alright, well, first we need to... archetype. We need to unlock Hero Healer for somebody, and it might as well be for Monopia.
I see. Fascinating.
The Healer. This is the archetype you sense from Maria's way of life.
This right here.
Its heroic embodiment is that of a saintly presence who gives strength to others through their love and devotion to all life.
All right.
1,000 Mage is required to channel the Healer for the first time. Do you want to awaken it? Yes.
I'm counting on you.
That is the power I seek.
Of course.
So be it. By shared resolve and honored creed, take new form as a healer! I hear the voices of past heroes' souls. O worthy heart who tempers anxiety into strength. If thou art prepared to reach out a hand to any in need, even amidst the chaos of battle, I shall bestow upon thee our soul, the soul of the healer.
Really?
So this is the power of the healer's soul. I feel the power of restoration and light within me. I will help others. For anyone in need, I will do all in my power. The healer archetype is awakened. You can now change archetypes from the main menu. Good.
Good.
Good grief.
Still getting stronger.
Can't inherit those. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, so that's what I was just doing. 500 magic pop, though.
What would you care to know? That's right.
See, as you develop the archetype's power, you make that power your own. After paying the amount of magic, you can... Okay, that's good to know.
What would you care to know?
So this looks like research documents about the healer archetype. In times of yore, there lived heroes who healed all who looked to them for succor, regardless of birth. Their souls together formed the power of the healer. Among them, the adept who walks the path of salvation I dubbed the cleric, and the elite guardian of all things holy I dubbed the savior. The healer archetype is not only peerless in his healing and purification on the battlefield, but is a master of offensive light magic as well. But in choosing to heal, one must sacrifice the strength to harm, or the resilience to act as shield. Let no healer forget this truth.
That's right.
In other words, stay on the back line. So this archetype is a supporting role with great healing magic and some offense with light magic, but otherwise it's pretty fragile. Yes, important information. I don't think we unlocked any others. No, we didn't. Okay.
You'll come again.
Yeah, we have a dude to assassinate here, or to fail to assassinate, because we're probably. I have a sneaking suspicion we're gonna lose Grius, like permanently, as a result of this little endeavor.
What now?
And the reason I'm thinking that is because we have a bond with Moore, we have a bond with Maria, we have bonds with Gallica and Stroll. We do not have a bond with Grius. So Grius is almost certainly going down. I hate to say it, but Grius is probably going to die.
Sod off.
Hello.
Hey, mister.
Mom got cross with me. She said, don't say bad things about other people. But saying bad things about Peripas is A-okay. Why is that? Because I don't get in trouble for saying stuff like weird ears or no horn. And so, wait, hold on. You don't have horns either, huh, mister? I don't. Got one.
You've come at a good time.
Hey now, Elder lad. That's a nice sword you've got there. Relax, I'm no thief, and there's a guard standing right over here to my left. But that sword says you're a mercenary, so I've got a little proposal for you. You must have picked up some match from fighting monsters, yeah? If you're not using it, let me take it off your hands. By match, I'm talking about tiny magma crystal shards. I buy them up on order of the Sanctus Church.
Don't miss your chance to sell
The
now.
accumulators out there gather it too, but I say they're inefficient. Anyway, what else would you use it for? Pretty sweet deal I'm offering, mate.
Isn't that...
That's the currency we use to study archetypes in academia. Yeah, we don't want to sell that. If you're really strapped for money, you could exchange match here. You need both, though, so I'll leave it up to you. Magma Accumulator. A device that gathers magma crystals too small or impure for use and refines them into magma crystals of sufficient quality for use in magic igniters. It has a number of open pipes that extend outwards, and is sometimes accompanied by a floating terminal device. Mainly stationed in areas where large amounts of people gather, like Grand Trad or other large cities. The pipes and floating terminal collect magma from the atmosphere, though the amount collected is marginal because the technology is new. The quality of the crystals produced are far cry from good, but they're sufficient for igniters and are linked to the increased efficiency in igniter production, which until now has always required natural crystals. The one popular with most of the nobility, who see them as an eyesore, they are viewed favorably by most. The main reason being that the crystals produced by signiters, can be sold. This alleviates the discontent of those who feel deprived of the opportunity to make use of the magma that exists within everyone, as igniters and magic education are too expensive. Okay. Currency. The reeve is the standard unit of currency in the United Kingdom of Ukraine. It comes in several denominations marked by size, shape, and type of coin, and ranges in value from large gold coins to average silver coins to various copper coins for subunit amounts. Right. The largest denomination of reeve is the Ukrainian ingot, or ingot. Okay, equivalent to 20,000 reeve. It's rectangular in shape, fitted with a special stone to prevent forgery, and rarely seen due to its high value. No kidding. The Ukrainian gold coin, or gold, equals 5,000 reeve. It is a circular gold coin bearing the likeness of the first king of Ukraine, who is extolled as the merciful king. Silver coins come in two variations. The first, called silver, is the Ukrainian silver coin, equal to 500 reeve. It is round in shape and bears the crest of the Ukrainian royal family. The second, the regolith silver coin, is a relatively new denomination equal to 1,000 reeve and is commonly known as church silver. It was issued by the Crown Theocracy to commemorate both the state's adoption of sanctism as its official religion and the construction of the regolith Grand Cathedral. It is the same triangular shape as the Sanctus crest and serves to reinforce the political power of the Sanctus Church. Copper coins have been in circulation across all three countries since before the annexation and continue to be used today. There is no uniform value for them, and they're mainly used for exchanging nominal amounts too small for silver. These qualities, as well as how rarely they are counterfeit, have led them to remaining unregulated. All copper coins are round in shape, but feature various designs. The most common coin in circulation is the Ukrainian standard, but there are many featuring geography from Oceania to Ontario as well. Ontario. Okay then. The Magic Exchange will purchase magic you've acquired at battle. Magic market price changes from day to day, but it's more favorable on the days when the weather is bad, okay?
Looking to sell, are you?
Big cities like Grand Trout are the only places you can exchange mads, so you in? So one mad will equal 2 coins. Well, I kind of need match, so we're not going to do that right now. Let's look at the weapon shop. We got all kinds of toys here. Can I have some of this?
Hello there.
Well, Funeral's being held today, so I got to close up shop soon and more in my own way. If you're looking to make a purchase, get on with it, please. Sure. Praise. No, I'm still praise.
What do you think?
In order to get the most out of any weapon, consideration must be paid to its type. For example, swords slash the enemy while lances pierce them. If you're familiar with the characteristics of a weapon, even the simplest of attacks may turn the tide. A weapon's affinity can decide the victor before a blow is ever struck. For a true warrior, this is all common knowledge. But since so many of these days rely on igniters and skip the fundamentals, I figured I'd refresh your memory just to be safe. I appreciate that. What do you got? Holy moly. That's expensive. Ugh. We do not have the coin for that. We could sell all of our sellables and get 6,000. I'd like to see what the armor shop has first, though. Just in case. Place a high value on defense. And plus, we also need to get some items, like healing items.
Welcome.
Oh, what a rare customer. Sorry, but we'll be closing soon because of the royal funeral, I'm afraid. What do you have? Holy moly. Everything's so expensive. You have accessories.
Welcome. What is it?
I'm sure I don't need to tell you, but there's no wisdom in buying the first piece of armor that happens to be within your budget. That may be reasonable when you're dealing with clothing and shoes, but for defensive gear, it's best to prioritize armor that suits your needs and body. If you start acting like some spoiled Clamar and come back in here complaining and demanding a return for armor that doesn't fit, I swear I'll ban you. It'd be banned for us if we got banned from here. In any case, we should put some consideration into the compatibility between our armor and archetype. Yeah, I would agree with that. Oh boy. I think I'm going to prioritize items.
Eh?
Hey, there's people here.
Oh, come off it.
My word, what is this? There's a hair on this herb. Fine, shopkeep. I'll buy it for half the price. Don't think that's gonna fly, dude.
And what is it you want?
The king wouldn't have looked twice at me, but you can't help but feel sad. Anyway, you making a purchase today? What you got? We have medicinal herbs, medicine, expensive medicine, revival medicine, which we have none of right now, robust remedies. Oh boy. Cures paralysis. Slapstick fan. A good whack cures charm for one ally and is hilarious to boot. Oh jeez. Adrian's thread. Essential for exploring precarious regions. Use it to return to the dungeon entrance. Interesting. Stunning arrow. A blow dart dipped in nerve poison may inflict paralysis on one enemy. Parch water. Sold out. Mysterious water that induces thirst the more you drink it. A natural desiccant to dry up plants and trees. Interesting. Okay. We're going to get 4 medicine here. We have to. Need healing items. Oh my gosh. I'm very seriously considering grabbing revival medicine. Maybe some remedies.
Oh, but which
Variety here is not bad, eh? All these jars do make it a little cramped, though, I suppose. You can hear the little buggers scurrying away to find new homes. I'm sorry, but please bear with me until I can clean things up.
Now then. Now then. Now then. Now then.
Okay. I want to get 2 revival medicines just to be safe. They're expensive as hell, but kind of need it. Let's get 5 of the robust remedies. And we'll spend the rest on medicinal herbs. Decisions made.
Eh?
I kind of want to use some mage to, like, get some inherited skills. I just think it would be a good idea.
Sod off.
That is...
Healer archetype doesn't get anything until rank 3 in terms of healing. Which seems a little bit weird since it's called healer, but okay. So for that reason, I think it's a good idea to inherit Day.
All right.
600. Oh. Shoot. That's unfortunate. Necessary. Necessary. I'm going to consider it necessary. Let's do it. Oh, but I can do it. Once I've unlocked it, I can do it across others. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm happy about this. All right. Okay, I don't have enough match to do anymore, so... But that's good because now my healer will actually be able to, you know, heal temporarily. And I'll be able to do that as a mage too. I'm going to take a quick break. I'll run a 1 minute ad. I still want to keep playing for a little bit. But I'll run a 1 minute ad break. I'm going to go to the bathroom, maybe grab myself a beverage, and we will see if we can get through this assassination of Lewis scenario. So... bear with me a couple of minutes, and I will be right back. Okay. Oh. All right, let's keep going here. What appears on the back row? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's good. Anything in the memorandums that we need to look at? No. Okay. All right. All right. I think we're good. Oh. I'm glad I made that decision. To be honest.
You'll come again, won't you?
Is that way? That way we at least have some healing magic available to us, regardless of what Modipia has as his archetype.
King. I just want some coin.
Oops, I went the wrong way. I went the wrong direction. Went the wrong direction. I am a dummy. That's nice.
Sod off.
Oh, what's that? Gold beetle. There's an insect emitting a strange light. I obtained a gold beetle. Okay.
What now?
What is this gold beetle? That's useful. Oh, there it is. Gold beetle. A small bug that glows with a golden magla. Nobody would buy it, but there's apparently someone out there who's into them, and I've got 2 currently. Good. Probably kind of like mini medals in Dragon Quest. We're definitely not in a good part of town.
Hey?
Procession is not going to pass through here. Are you kidding? I don't think the aristocrats would stand for it. Nobody wants to talk to Eldas.
Stay there.
Okay.
All right then.
Oh.
All right then.
Where am I at? Okay. Okay, I know where I'm at. All right.
How fine. Yeah, amazing.
Wow. A lot of people.
At last.
It's almost time. Let's stay focused.
It's time.
Time's already come, huh? When you're ready, let's head for the Regolith Grand Cathedral.
Yeah, amazing.
All right then.
Well, it's right over there, so here we go.
Closure.
Got it?
It's time to sneak in. You ready? Let's go.
Right.
Let's find somewhere outside so we can change. Cutscene.
Lots of lords and nobles. Some generals, too. All the big names are here.
Can you see Grius?
I can pick him out. Although I don't see Luis around.
Look there!
What the hell?
The gall. What is this?
Isn't that the flower straight from the king's garden?
And a common-blooded man bearing them to a funeral? Does the man know no shame? That's tantamount to declaring himself royalty.
What do you think he's planning?
Your fool of a king is dead. Disillusioned by vain aristocrats and simpering clergy, he withered and died under his own weakness.
We didn't. You murdered him.
How can he say that?
This is madness! At the king's own funeral!
Lord Louis speaks true. The nobles are to blame.
Name the guilty!
But open your eyes, and you will see the crisis in our nation. I will show you truth. The truth of reality.
You're just gonna drop that right in the middle of everybody. Okay.
You've all been sheltered, blinded by walls of stone. Behold a human corpse. They are no mere rumor. They lurk and nest across the very land you call home. A fortress at the border was raised by a human mere days ago. How long before we're overrun? You can only blame your king's weakness. And thus, who deserves his crown? A man of proven strength!
How dare you, scoundrel! Your words verge on treason!
Against what ruler, Blue Blood? The dead cannot be betrayed.
You killed him.
Let your late king's soul bear witness. Let Louis Squeerburn be named the true and rightful ruler of Uchronia.
Hey, what do we...
What's happening?
Whoa!
Such power. It can't be. Oh. The palace!
That has an eye.
Could this be the king's own magic?
I am Hithlodius the Fifth.
His Majesty?
The people of my land desire a new king, and I shall provide.
Did he just say Hithlodius the Fifth? That face? It can't be. His Majesty, the King? How?
Is it him?
He was dead? Why?
Be silent! Let him say his piece.
Heed me, O kingless. Time is finite before my soul departs this benighted world. In 4 moons of life past death, there shall come a reckoning, a day of the hero. Upon that day, whosoever hath truly earned the greatest faith of the citizenry shall ascend to throne and crown by right of kings.
By right of kings? The faith of the citizenry? Truly?
From the lofty heavens shall my unfading soul look down upon thee, and from the whispered hopes of thine anxious hearts shall those to whom thine allegiances lie be laid bare.
What's happening?
I hear thy voices ring out in clarion truth. Here and now witness the faces of those most desired to become king.
It's Forden.
Count Louise! Count Louise is there too!
They're all candidates.
Ah! What glorious spectacle! The mantle of king is mine by right and providence.
You go too far, Louis. We gather to mourn his majesty, and you desecrate it. You would befoul the throne, blackguard.
So be it. Shall we test that? Good people, is Forden truly fit to be king? Or shall you cast off the shackles of blind faith? We need not be chained to birth or trial. In my world, we are a people equal and united. I shall be your shield from the human menace. Together, peace is within our grasp.
When my village burned, the church did nothing.
There's no way we can fight those monsters alone.
And those of us in bonds? Will we too be protected?
Don't be fooled. He's not the man you think he is.
Hey, look! Come, Louise. He's catching up to Forden.
Can the giant thing really see what we're thinking?
Louis, you've led the people's hearts astray.
No future exists without the power to eliminate the human crisis. Those who stand at my side, who oppose the powers that be, my protection is yours. Or refuse my hand and perish. I will lead us over your corpses.
You mean, just as you killed the king?
A country is heavier than a crown, and he could not bear it. Retribution past due.
You vile...
He cares nothing for the blood on his hands.
Damn you, Louis! You think you truly deserve the crown? You doom us all! I won't stand for it!
Hey, who are you?
Silence him! A Kingslayer deserves only death! A riot!
Hey!
Yep, here we go. Now we're getting a riot.
You need to go too.
Where's Grius?
He's about to make his move. That's where he is. And he's not going to make it. Lewis is going to wreck him. Or never mind.
Alcest?
I shall not suffer the defiance of my people's will. In my name art thou punished.
Punished? Impressive. One of the royal family's dog. Rather poetic, I suppose.
I agree.
Rewarded your loyalty.
That was really brutal.
I warned you. This is the price of defiance. Though I hadn't expected the king's own magic on my side. So be it. Rally behind me. I will shield you from injustice. Rise above birth and circumstance, for they mean nothing.
Count Louis.
He's not giving them much of a choice, though, is he?
Not much of a choice.
Upon the day of the hero, whosoever has most earned my people's faith shall ascend upon my throne to rule, according to my judgment. Be thou criminal, pauper, or noble, thy claim is decided not by stature or tribe. I shall bear witness. From this heavenly seat I am nigh omnipotent. Look to the faces carved upon this rock, and see thou the faces of the chosen.
Who's the third
I
guy?
shall brook no sabotage or obstruction of this trial. Let all hear me and obey.
Doesn't the king know that that Lewis actually did murder him? Like, seems weird they consider Lewis a candidate, but then again, I don't know. Maybe he's being... incredibly objective.
Hey, Grievous! Grievous!
They telegraphed this, though. I mean, seriously.
Damn it. Louise!
Well, we're not going to be able to fight Lewis directly, at least not right now. What the heck?
The sun sets on old fossils. It is a new dawn, and its light shines upon Lord Luis's king.
And who are you?
Stand down!
Damned meddlers. So your wish is to die, is it? Your bones will be monuments to Lord Luis's glory!
Recognize that magic. And you just raised a whole bunch of skeletons.
Lord Luis has sent me here on an important errand.
What errand?
It seems I'll need considerable time to accumulate the magla. Until it's done, however, I'm afraid I'll have to borrow the cathedral. The day the king's mourning ends will become the day of calamity. If you mean to interfere, then die.
Okay. This is out of the blue. Where are all the citizens, by the way? Did they just run?
The souls of the dead do not return. He manipulates them as puppets with foul magic.
Brace yourselves, everyone.
Okay. We're about to fight some skeletons. Whole bunch of skeletons.
What is this? What the hell is this?
Stroll, get a hold of yourself. We've got company.
Ow.
Keep it together. Got to stay calm. Calm. Damn it, I can't focus.
Anxiety status. Party members have a chance to be afflicted with anxiety in two circumstances. When you're ambushed into battle or when they receive a critical hit from an enemy during a battle. That's fair. Allies afflicted with anxiety will be unable to control archetype skills, and attacks against them won't consume enemy turn icons, among other things. Pay special attention to the status ailment.
Sorry about that. I'll be alright.
Are you sure?
Here they come. Brace yourselves.
Ow. How do they ambush us? It's not like we didn't see them coming. We were right there. Ow. Really don't appreciate that.
Keep the enemies off him.
Okay, so we can't use anxiety.
It's okay. We can do this.
Okay, somehow he managed to do something. Okay.
Yeesh, they're pretty tough. Better be careful.
Okay, well, I might as well just pick one and roll with it, so...
I can't.
You can, and you will.
Spare me.
Let's stay calm. I won't hold back. Flare!
Stroll's anxious, and they're targeting him.
Ow, ow, ow.
It's okay. Healer! Light!
Yeah, definitely glad I got healer unlocked.
Where'd that man go? Did he take soldiers into the cathedral?
There should be a mausoleum nearby. Could you take his body there?
Yes, right away.
Take care with him, please. He was a dear friend. He gave his all for the king. For the royal bloodline. The least he deserves is dignity in death. My name is Hulkenberg. I have a question for you.
I may have answers. Hulkenberg. Okay. We saw her in the initial...
It is not something they teach in the army. You are no ordinary soldier.
She was in the first carriage, like at the very beginning of the game. I remember this.
And you? You're clearly more than a guard captain.
I am a knight in the Crown's service. Commanding the guard is not my station's duty, but these are dire times.
You're not kidding.
A knight?
And you pretend at soldiery. But that matter can wait. Alsace seemed to know you.
Who is Alsace?
We'll have time for debate after we apprehend that mage. He's after the royal scepter, I'm sure of it.
The royal scepter?
Please, someone, help! Please help. I've still got family inside.
Did he trap civilians in the cathedral?
Yes, my family and more.
I don't envy their chances if he finds them helpless.
I am honor-bound as a knight to answer that plea. I would ask your aid as well, if you might give it.
We got nothing else better to do
Does
at
it
the
not
moment.
tarnish the royal knights to enlist the aid of strangers?
I haven't the luxury of refusing able fighters.
If I turn back here, I'd never be able to face Grius. Any objections?
Now we're going.
It's going to be dangerous.
That's exactly why we can't abandon these people. Let's just watch out for those accursed skeletons.
So we're gonna go into the Royal Cathedral and stuff. We need to catch up to that night.
Hold it.
Wait, there are people still alive.
No.
The military can handle it. Our aid is okay, so we're not gonna check on the people. Okay.
Over here.
Sway, we are upward bound.
This is bad.
Careful, it's going to collapse. Drat, we've been separated. I say, are you alright? Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, somehow, yeah. The problem is, there's no way up now. You could get over that. You could get over that rubble. Seek another path, I shall ascend from here. Got it, we'll catch up. Let us meet again above. Fight well, be not reckless. No promises.
Okay.
You're gonna tell me that you can't climb up on this? I can literally see a way to get up here. Are you joking? Whatever. Tarnished candelabra. That's what's important around here. Finding goodies.
This is bad. They're onto us.
We're weak against this. Do it again.
All right, how's that?
Right in the weak spot. Good job.
Thank you. I'll take that.
Nice. I bet we'll find a use for that. That worked out. Keep it up.
We'll take the easy victories where we can get them. That's fine. That's our path up. Let's get this guy over here, though. Preferably without him noticing us first.
Let's push through.
I'm right in the weak spot. Good job.
That worked out. Keep it up.
Ah, glad I came this way first.
Nice. Good find.
A breeze igniter, a simple wind igniter, enables the single target wind skill Mage Wind when equipped. Interesting.
What now?
Might as well. Gives me an extra ability.
Blast!
Who the hell are these? Where'd they come from? No, stay back! That damn necromancer, he's attacking defenseless civilians.
Like I'd let you.
We can't just leave them. Come on, we have to help. And we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. Please tell me we don't get ambushed here. Okay, no, we didn't.
I shall vanquish evil. I'll cut you down. Let's wrap this up.
I will fight with light.
A little bonus for not taking any damage there. Are you unhurt?
Yes.
We're alright thanks to you, but who are you? Which organization do you belong to? We're new. Please, please save my son. He's up ahead.
Got it.
How are you separated from your son? Are you not really with the state army? Oh, well, it makes no difference in the end. A rescue's a rescue after all. Smart. I'll watch over her. Sorry to make you do this, but please look for her son. Even children get caught up in all this. Yeah, not a good thing. Suppose it's not as simple as just bringing that mage to justice.
Nice. I bet we'll find a use for that. They found us. Get ready, everyone.
Come on.
Right. We hit him where it hurts.
Getting some goodies.
Let's stash that somewhere safe.
Ah,
On your toes, everyone.
it's alright, we got him. We took him out. All is well. Although, now that I'm thinking on it, there. Stroll took a lot of damage in that first fight.
Watch out. We've been spotted. I hit him right in the weak spot. Good job. Nice. I bet we'll find a use for that.
I can't get out, help me. Okay, well, a child, he must be in this room.
Don't tell me. Let's stash that somewhere safe.
Yes, let's.
Nice. I bet we'll find a use for that.
All right.
Hello there, little boy. Your mother was very worried. I'm sorry I get lost. That's, you know, it happens, kiddo. Don't be so hard on him, eh? Wasn't the lad's fault. Looks like he's okay. I'm gonna go get that soldier.
Thank goodness.
Oh, thank you and well done. I'll get them to safety. You two should get out of here as well. The area ahead is much too dangerous. Honestly, I'm not even sure the state army can handle this.
No.
We've further business to attend to. Take care of the child if you would. Thank you kindly for saving me, sirs. You be careful too. We will. By the way, we accept rewards in cold hard cash.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go.
Balm of Life. Revives one ally from KO and fully restores their HP. Oh, we definitely want to keep that. Heck yeah. I accept. We came in through there, so we're going through here next. Okay, we're gonna meet up with Hulkenberg. It's quite a name. Hey, there she is. Those heels cannot be practical for... You're late? Were you wait? Look, lady, we had to go around! Which we really shouldn't have had to do, but whatever. Were you waylaid by fighting? Well, sort of. There were people struggling to get away. We couldn't just abandon them.
I see.
In that case, well done. Still, there are likely more who need assistance inside. Remember, we're not inside it? Oh my gosh. 'Tis a sorry mess that the royal funeral led to. I could never have imagined. Yeah, I could have. We have only Lewis to blame. Launching an attack on the proceedings was unthinkable.
And then...
That's not all he's done. That mad subordinate of his. You said he's after the royal scepter? Yes, no doubt to offer it to his master. Once Lewis takes it in hand, I fear the whole country will bend to his whims. We can't let that happen. I mean, we can stop him, right? So let's keep moving.
Onward.
The entrance to the upper levels is ahead. Try to keep up.
Damn it.
If he's after the royal scepter, we must stop him regardless of the cost. I don't have much control over the camera right at the moment. Good grief. Got to be joking. That thing looks absolutely massive. I have to climb that whole way? This is going to take a while.
Yes.
Indeed we do. The royal scepter chamber is at the top. Let us make haste.
Hurry.
Just a little further. Hope you guys are in good shape. Doing a lot of running.
Look at that.
Doors up ahead.
What's become of this place? Is that Magla? And in a building like this?
It's just like in the abandoned mines.
What was that sound?
I have a feeling we're about to find out.
Brace yourselves. It's collapsing.
Look! The entrance!
Damn it! Now how are we supposed to get inside?
You were inside. You should have gone in another direction.
I'll not be getting in this way. That collapse was no accident. He means to halt our advance. Best to seek another way. And I've a plan to do it.
What's the plan?
Plans more than I have. Right. Lead the way.
Before we go any further, I would have my answers. We must speak of the man Luis executed.
So, were you a friend to Grius?
Yes. I knew him as Alsace. Arvid Alsace. He'd been engaged as a tutor to His Royal Highness, teaching him swordsmanship at the king's behest.
I see.
Yes. Well, it was back when I myself was serving as one of His Highness's personal guards.
You're a personal guard for the prince.
I was. Now he is lost to me. Which brings me to the heart of my concern. I hope you can give me the answer I seek. Why were you trying to kill Luis?
Come on, you saw what he did!
Well,
We can't reveal the reason for the assassination, at least not yet.
Revenge. The assassination is for His Highness. To avenge his death.
Revenge?
Yeah, she's not
Just
buying
for the
that.
Prince. Luis killed the king as well.
Alsace was a calculating man. Callous, where softer hearts falter. He was not some wild-eyed revolutionary, driven by petty emotion. Why would such a man sacrifice all in the name of revenge?
Who knows? Is that all you wanted to know then?
If nothing else,
She's not
we
buying
are
it.
friends of Alsace. Once more, I would humbly request your blades at my
Yeah,
side.
this really does not seem the best time to have this discussion.
I'd think you'd find surer allies among the Guard.
You saw for yourself their failings today. A legion may be easily divided. A squad of few elites, however, moves as one. I'll have us into the Grand Cathedral. I know the way. Will you assist me?
We're already here.
Naturally. How about you?
Of course.
Right. Not much point in asking, really.
Meanwhile, this human corpse is in the middle of the square, and there's a bunch of people that are...
I can't believe all the mess at the king's funeral. Our country's doomed, isn't it?
Pretty chaotic here.
With good reason. I was there, and even I struggled to grasp the situation.
Oh, you're back.
We're gonna have to explain to her that her...
Have you seen Maria?
Oh, crud. How is Maria missing?
Maria? She's missing.
She heard the commotion and ran off. She can't have gotten far.
Oi, Fabienne! We found Maria!
Probably found her dad.
Maria!
Or not.
Don't move her. She suffered a blow to the head.
She must have been caught in the wave of people fleeing. Poor girl.
I have the healer archetype.
But I don't believe it's life-threatening.
Ah, but he'll be along soon, won't he?
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry.
I was prepared for the worst, but
No.
Damn it. Fabienne is taking care of Maria. Sounds like she'll have to stay put and rest for a while.
Aren't there people still left inside?
Most of the soldiers sent in to help haven't returned. I expect Luis's forces made short work of them. No one's sure if that human's corpse is safe either. So it's just been left to rot.
Which is not a good idea, because that necromancer could probably do something with that.
Underground, there is a mausoleum where the dead are interred. It opens to the Grand Cathedral on the other side.
Lovely.
And we can trust your word, can we? How do we even get into this mausoleum?
That necromancer almost certainly knows about the mausoleum and stuffed it full of skeletons.
There's a gate just beside the recruitment center.
Of
We'll make
course.
our way in from there.
Of course there'd be a mausoleum near the recruitment center. What a location.
Right. Let's hurry.
Indeed. Popularity rankings, of course. We have popularity ranking. Check your approval rating by pressing L1. Archetypes, as manifestations of heroes, can sense the fame of their user. You'll grow more popular naturally and by helping other people. In addition to match, proportionate to your ranking, In addition, match proportion to your ranking will accumulate daily at any coronation rock, where the leading candidates' faces are carved into their surface by the king's magic. You can collect multiple days' worth at once. The power of archetypes, I can hear the voices of past heroes' souls. As of yet, thou art but a nameless wretch. In the time to come, we shall judge if thou art a worthy vessel for our power. The true king who the people would choose must be as a culmination of the heroes of Eld. If thou shouldst use thy power as 'tis meant to be, the path will open before thee. Use thy strength for justice, and save the people of the realm. Make real the world that was beyond our grasp. That voice belonged to your archetype? It's true that under the king's rules, anyone could be crowned, even you. But I think stopping this calamity is way more important than worrying about that right now, I would agree. I would agree with that. There are merchants over there.
I'm running out of options here.
We made enemies of Lewis. Do you know what that means? It's not just his elite private army we need to worry about. Lewis himself is an extraordinary mage. Once he draws that magic-imbued sword of his, the only thing that awaits is death. Ah, Kosuri. What can we do against an opponent like him? Why did I become a soldier to begin with? You know, you could always retire.
This I cannot fathom.
Water merchant. To think I'd still get customers in times like these. Guess where there's a reeve, there's a way. I only have 293 coins. Or reeve, rather. I got some sellables, though, so that'll be good.
Just might not be worth a wit after all.
What should I do?
Well, what a surprise this is. Customers who come in days like this these are real treasures. What'll it be, lad? I'd like a burger. He sells holy meat. Bedeau meat. Bird meat that has been modified to increase its edible area. A cooking ingredient. Oh, of course there's going to be cooking in this game. Of course there is.
Just might not be worth a wit after all.
But my comrades in arms are still in there.
The Royal Guard
I
is
see
not
the
the
soldiers'
enemy.
morale is all but evaporated.
Can't blame them.
In the end, it's someone else's problem. It is sad, though.
Hang on a minute, you. You there?
Young man, have you some interest in this shop's wares? Don't presume this is just some paltry Mastari shop. From the Manova Archipelago to Monterio, we have wares from all over the country. The costs sometimes reflect that fact accordingly, however. We have all sorts of things, from gear with the power to heal, to foodstuffs, to, well, nothing you'd want in your kitchen. Fair. What do you mean by that last bit? This place is a little suspicious, but do you want to buy something anyway? A mindless mallet? Well, I can't afford that. This might be useful, though.
Can we talk?
He said that hitting an opponent with this will make them forget things. Right now you have 0. Thoughts? Let's go and get it. Oh, you have a sharp eye and good taste. Do come again if you're so inclined. Got a mindless mallet.
Hang on a minute, you.
What now?
We've got some extensive medicine there. We got an alien absolution. Cures malady. Okay. Paralysis. Purified tea cake. Blessed by a priest Q's hex. How many status effects are in this game? Not lethal, but a tap of this hammer wipes out a random memory. May inflict forget on one enemy. Okay. Used to enhance certain gear at churches. Okay. A mysterious incense which improves the constitution, increases max HP by 5. I might need to use that. And then also for our future. We got an Irish staff. Okay.
The Royal Guard is sloppy, aren't they?
This is one of those Mogul collector thingies. Good to know. Hang on. Any people to talk to in this area? No, it doesn't look like it. Somebody over here, though. You see plenty like him on guard duty. Some just sit there, not moving a muscle. Others roll over on the ground, moaning. Hard to look into those dead eyes and not feel something cold grip your own heart. Wish they'd give it a rest.
What accursed devilry is this?
I can't stand this. Protecting the Grand Cathedral from Lewis is just impossible. There's no way. It's not just Lewis that's tough. The private army he leads has an elite force of warriors as well, plus a necromancer. They're called the White Clad. Gotta be honest, I admire them a bit, but this is something else. Out of the way, Elda. I need to hurry and get the hell away from here. I don't blame you. What are you dialing around for? Get this carriage away from the Grand Cathedral. I mean, I can't blame them. It's like, oh, we're getting out. Or she's still sitting there, waiting to get underway. All right, let's go ahead and head into the mausoleum, as it were.
But my comrades in arms are still in there.
The Royal Guard is sloppy, aren't they?
Hang on a minute, you.
The Royal Guard is sloppy, aren't they?
All right.
No lookouts I can see. Will not be discovered going in or out of the cathedral as we please.
Well,
It's so quiet, it's kind of creepy. It is a mausoleum.
Even so.
I'd rather have avoided disturbing the dead, but we cannot let that stop us here.
I'm a little worried.
I'm worried about the people left in the Grand Cathedral.
Let's go.
Let's head to the cathedral. We're going after that necromancer. We're going to catch him, for Grease's sake as well.
All right.
Just as I thought. This area has yet to be sealed off. We should be able to enter through here. There's more.
Where was I?
Yeah, we're going to Academia for a minute.
hey,
Just to be sure, the royal magic is the spell that got invoked at the royal funeral, right? And this is its formula?
Yes.
That does seem to be the case. Put another way, the king had a detailed plan to ensure how things would play out before he died at Lewis's hand. Kind of a stupid plan if it involves giving your son's murderer a chance to take the throne. I don't see the logic. In the 785 years that Uchronia has endured, there has only been a few instances where the king has invoked this magic. A strong desire of some sort surely spurred his decision. I believe there are still secrets to be found, a reason that this script exists, and for the name and drawing at the end.
Grant me a moment.
What a strange feeling I'm getting. Now that I consider it again, I feel as if I've seen this somewhere before. Why would I feel this way? It's certainly not a language used anywhere in this kingdom.
Got a moment?
Hey, you okay? Indeed. It certainly seems there's much I cannot recall.
Adieu.
Should you learn anything new, I would appreciate it very much if you'd share it with me. Please examine the scroll whenever you've learned new truths. Gotcha. Kitty cat. Paying to kitty.
Welcome.
How much mag do I have right now? I have 787 mag. I can only set one skill though, so day is going to be the one right now, to be honest. I could switch over to Seeker.
All right.
What's this?
There, that'll be useful. If I decide I need to switch. Okay.
Let's go.
The gates of the mausoleum is to the left of the recruitment center, right? Let's go take a look. We're already out there. We are at that gate. Oh. Mausoleum. An underground mausoleum that existed before the Grand Cathedral was built. The cathedral is connected to it for the convenience of the Sanctus, and there's a passageway through the basement. Few locals know of this path, as most prefer the main entrance into Walk Among the Dead. Can appreciate that. Day of the Hero. An annual holiday on October 27th of the Ukrainian calendar, celebrating the three kingdoms of Ukrainia, Oceania, and Montario as one united kingdom, as it remains to this day. More precisely, it celebrates the day that the first king of the United Kingdoms was coronated. The titular hero refers to the then king of Ukrainia, who put an end to the Annex War. The former king, Hythlodaeus V, may have chosen this day to mark the end of the struggle for the throne because of its historical significance, a momentous day marking a kingdom's rebirth. Makes sense. Magic. The royal magic of the previous king. The late Hythlodaeus V was the first king to invoke the royal magic in several hundred years. None could have foreseen its consequences, as it was planned in secrecy and was to be triggered only after his death. Its activation threw the capital into chaos. The magic he invoked was peculiar. He called for a competition of the people's support, stating that the crown would be conferred to whoever could win the most faith among the populace, regardless of birth or circumstance, at the end of the designated period. In addition, in order to monitor the competition, other phenomena appeared, including the royal palace floating into the sky, the giant face of the king peering from beneath it, and the mysterious stones throughout the kingdom that depict those with the most support. No one yet knows the full extent of his magic. Face rock. Peculiar giant rocks with candidates' faces on them appeared throughout the kingdom around the same time as the royal magic was evoked. Evidence suggests that they were created by the royal magic. The general understanding is that candidates' faces appear in prominence based off their public approval rating, and the rocks constantly alter in response to changes in those rankings. Apparently, candidates higher in ranking take up more of the rock's surface. Good to know. Hulkenberg. Iselin Hulkenberg. A Russant Lady Knight met in Grand Trad. Once a member of the Royal Knights, she served the prince alongside Grius. Although the prince was formally declared dead, she believed that he survived the attack and searched for him alone. Given her social status, she was called by her family name during her travels, which she has become completely accustomed to the point that she introduces herself that way. Fair. Hythlodaeus V. The kingdom of Ukrainia's former king. Prior to his assassination by Louis, he arranged for his death to trigger the royal magic, which prompted a competition for the throne's succession in which every member of the kingdom was eligible, thus ushering in a time of unprecedented turmoil and uncertainty. His early reign was marked by substantial efforts to uphold his high-minded ideals, but his authority gradually diminished over the years. After the prince was attacked and presumed dead, he became an empty husk of his former self, and stopped participating in politics. That he would prepare an elaborate, bizarre magic spell in secret, completely defying his style of reign until then, came as a complete shock to his subjects, further adding to the disarray. Necromancer. We don't know his actual name yet. A man clad in black who appears to be one of Lewis's closest aides. Certain physical characteristics of his suggest he's a half-blood, such as his single Clamar horn and the eye on his forehead that doesn't open. It's said he's powerful enough to single-handedly defeat a wave of oncoming soldiers, but what's more terrifying is his ability to magically manipulate the deceased remains into undead soldiers. Gross. Using manipulation magic on people's remains is considered a highly monstrous act, and mages who engage in it, called necromancers, lose all social standing. To wit, the upper echelons of Grand Trad society were aghast that Lewis would leave such a madman unsupervised at all, much less at the royal funeral for the late king. No kidding. Slave classes. A class of people considered so low across the kingdom that no one could be born into it. Rather, it is a restriction on citizenship, imposed as a form of punishment for crimes. The criminal becomes the legal property of another for a fixed sentence, and during this period, any action that leads to a slave's death, participation in additional crimes, or even self-harm will result in the owner being charged. Interesting. The calendar. The Kingdom of Ukronia uses a 5-day week in its calendar. Flames Day, Waters Day, Arbor's Day, Metals Day, and finally, Idol's Day. There are 365 days in a year and 12 months. That does not make sense. Each month has 6 weeks, except December, which has 7. Okay, that makes more sense now. The last of which is called Idol's Week and is treated as a week of rest. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. I'm like, how can you have a 365-day and 12-month calendar with only a 5-day week? But then it explained it because I wasn't paying attention. The names of the calendar days are based on the creation myths of Sanctism, and thus Idol's Day is intended for rest and prayer. Likewise, the entire kingdom spends Idol's Week in preparation for a prosperous new year. This said, towns and villages in areas where Sanctism has less influence often have their own customs and names. That's fair. Royal flower. A white flower associated with the Ukrainian royal family. Also depicted on the national coat of arms. Though beloved by Ukrainians for generations as a sign of respect to the royal family, it is now customary to refrain from using the flower in familial celebrations. Until some decades ago, colonies of the flower could be seen around Grand Trad, but have since been lost because of the rapid expansion of the Tradia Desert. It is said that few natural colonies exist in present day. Knights. A mark of esteem granted by the Kingdom of Ukronia in recognition of one's military merit, humanitarian efforts, scholastic achievement, or other noteworthy accomplishments. Those who have been knighted vow to uphold their powers in chivalric spirit, and today many knights also vow to defend the Sanker's faith, viewing it as an intrinsic part of their noble duty after it was instated as the state religion. Knights are respected in society and enjoy various privileges to match their high status. However, if any knights conduct themselves in a manner contrary to chivalric values, they are deemed disloyal to the king, and thus heavily condemned. Knights turned criminal are more commonly called fallen knights and lose all social credibility. Knights may be armed, but are not necessarily members of the army. For example, royal knights serve the royal palace directly under the king. They may participate in the army under the king's command, but they are not subject to the whims of the military. Interesting. Okay. Alright, well, having gone through all that, I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night here. We made some progress today. Ugh. Sad to see Grace go, but I kind of figured that was going to happen when they didn't let me form a bond with him at any point. So it's like, you know, if he was going to be a long-term character, we'd have a bond. So they kind of telegraphed his death there. What they did not telegraph was the king's face appearing in the sky underneath the royal palace. This game is so weird, but it's a fun game. So I'm an agnostic noob, and this is Metaphor ReFantazio. I would like to thank you for watching, if watching indeed you have been. I hope you have enjoyed. But with that said, I'm quite tired, so I'm going to call it a night. We'll come back to this next week. on Saturday. I am going to stream on Thursday because that is my birthday. I haven't decided what game to play, but I'll figure something out before then. So, Thursday, look forward to another stream. I may do another stream before then as well, just for funsies, because I have all of next week off, and it is much needed. I definitely need the rest. So, again, thank you for being here. I appreciate you watching. I hope you are enjoying things and that you will return and lurk some more. But in the meantime, it's time to call it a night. Take care. Have a good evening. And we'll see you next stream. Later.